Good evening, everyone. How are we? Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Are we all good? It's Monday night. What a lovely day. I've just had a ping on my computer. The Real Lost Boss is live on YouTube. I am live on YouTube. I'm also live on TikTok, and I'm also live on the old Facebook as well. How are we all? How's your Monday been? It's a new weight loss week. So, have you started your week as you mean to go on? Has it been a good week? I've had a good day. Started it. Has it been a good day? I've had a really good day. I've been to the gym and trained, which was good. Have I got my steps in? I've not even looked. 11,483. So, I've got my steps in. My steps in today. Eating's been really good. Let's have a look at the old Nutri check. And I've eaten a bit convenience today. Just been stupidly busy. I literally had half a protein bar for my breakfast, which obviously is the most nutritious thing you can eat for your breakfast. I then had a wrap of the day from McDonald's, which was the chicken, Caesar and bacon. Again, one of the most nutritious things you can eat for lunch. And then I had a big bowl of yogurt mid-afternoon. And I've had my tea tonight, and I'm at 1,756 calories. Will there be more food going in this trap this evening? Yes, there is. I'm going to have some apple grapes and probably another, hard protein bar. I'm just editing. I've done a little Iceland. Been to Iceland. Well, Food Warehouse. Little shopping kind of vloggy thing today. You guys seem to have been enjoying my my weight loss sort of little shops and stuff like that. So we've got a foodie warehouse one. So that should be. Yeah, it looks like my camera. I don't know why it was doing that. I don't know. The camera looked like it was all a bit dirty. Anyway. I'm just looking at it now, me little bit of editing. So that's what I've done today. Anyway, so we do top 5 this morning. Top 5 this morning. Should we do top 5 this evening? Top 5 on TikTok is Faye's in at number 1. Amy's in at number 2. Sam J's in at number 3. Donna's in at number 4. And Karen G is in at number 5. Guys, thank you very much for jumping straight live as always. Coming and saying hello. Callum, mate, good evening. James, good evening. Who else is in tonight? Kelly C, Songbirdie 1. Danny H is in. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Emma's in. Good evening. You need a mouse mat. Oh, what? But do you not like me mouse strutting about? God, mouse mat. I don't think I've had a mouse mat since I was at high school, and that was 1996. So that's when I left high school, was 1996. Yeah, no mouse mat for me. No, just me mouse on my desk. Stefan's in. Good evening, mate. Thanks for your help today. Not a problem at all. Just to let you know, I might be AWOL for a few days, early March, looking at booking Rome. Hey, not a problem at all, Stefan. Rome is amazing. We went in 2019. What a place. So nothing wrong with going a little bit AWOL and having a bit of a holiday. Kirsty, an uneventful birthday for me to say. Oh, happy birthday, Kirsty. Just another day stayed within my calories. Well, calories officially don't. You get a mulligan for your birthday. If it's your birthday, calories don't count. Now, don't get me wrong. If you are like, no, my birthday's on a Monday, but I'm going to celebrate it this Saturday, or I celebrate it over the weekend, then calories do count on your birthday. You get one day that you can choose for your birthday. Birthday, Kirsty. So anyway, Sana, good evening. Busy tomorrow, always busy. What are we doing tomorrow? What have we got on tomorrow? We have got live in the morning, and then weight loss coaching live tomorrow evening. Got my mum coming round tomorrow night for a tea. You might have noticed I've put 2 weight loss coaching lives in this week because I'm only going to do one next week. I'm only doing one next week. I can't remember why. I've got a couple of bits on next week where I'm not doing it. I'm only going to do one, and I can't remember. I think it might be next Tuesday is the live I'm going to be doing. So normally if I just do one weight loss coaching live in a week, we do that on the Thursday. It will be next Tuesday. So normally I do 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So we did 2 last week. We're going to do 2 this week, 1 next week. So you're just getting an extra bit of a bonus. 1 next week, and then 2 the week after. Then 1 the week after that because I'm going on holiday. Right. Then there'll be nothing on for a week because I'm off for a week, and then back to normal when I'm back. All right. So we've got 2 this week. I have no idea what topics I'm doing yet. I'm going to figure that out tomorrow, and I will post out the topics and the link for the weight loss coaching lives and for the Zoom. So Zoom this is 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday. So 8:30 a.m. Zoom this Wednesday. I feel I'm only going to have this bit of tuft of hair for a little. I feel like I'm clinging on to that little tuft at the front. Yeah, maybe it'd be better if I took it off, or I go to Turkey and get my hairline put back to what it was 20 years ago. Anyway, we will. Zoom's 8:30 a.m. this week, 8 a.m. next week, 8:30 a.m. the week after. There we go. All good. Right, let's have a scan through and see what's going on. I remember you saying you love being busy. I do love being. I think. I tell you one thing, for weight loss, being busy is one of the best support tools there is. A lot of people say, I'm too busy to lose weight. I'm too busy to concentrate. No, you're not. That's just an excuse. Right? That is just an excuse. It generally is. Being busy is fantastic. Why? Because what you need to put into place to lose weight it doesn't take up much time, really, if we're going to be honest about things. It doesn't take up much time. What happens is when people are too busy, when they're busy, their life's all over the place. And when their life's all over the place, they tend to need a coping mechanism to get through that busy period. And that coping mechanism is food. So if you're on a weight loss journey, you don't have that coping mechanism. And that's what people do. I love being busy because literally today, I was a bit peckish this morning, but not. I was like, am I hungry? Am I not? Sometimes a bit like that. And I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to have half a protein bar. So I had half a protein bar. Then we had loads of stuff. I had some parcels to send off. Went to the tip. Then went to the gym. Then went up shopping. I went to Iceland. Rachel and did a vlog. Rachel nipped into TK Maxx. Come out of there and I'm like, it's 1 o'clock. I'm hungry and I've only had half a protein bar all day and I've been to the gym. So I was tempted to go to Greggs, but I said to Rachel, if I go to Greggs, there's a good chance a chicken and bacon club baguette will be getting bought, which is what I'd have anyway, because it's 450 calories. It's decent, but also a sausage roll will be going in. So I didn't want to do that. So anyway, we ended up just going through Mackey's drive-through and getting a wrap of the day. Perfect. Quick, easy, not very filling. Right, I'm not going to say it's very, very filling, but I just needed something to keep me going. So I had that wrap of the day. Then we went in Aldi shopping. Then we had to nip somewhere else. Then we got home. Then I had my yogurt bowl. So then I had a big yogurt bowl at about 2:30, 3 o'clock. That sorted me out to my tea. I've just had a nice big tea, and now I'm all good. So I'm going to have half a protein bar in bed, some apple, and some grapes. And that's me. I'll be under 2,000 calories for Monday, which is a good start to the week. Sally Ann Manton, good evening on Facebook. Hope you're all good. That was my excuse. I always said don't have time or bad weather, but fixed all that. Yeah, absolutely. We've got to be a bit honest with ourselves. You know, we've got to be a little bit honest with ourselves. Hi, how much exercise should I start off with? I am very overweight. Where do I start? Hannah, are you asking me these questions in where do I start to exercise to lose weight? Don't. Right? What are your steps every day, Hannah? That's what we need to concentrate on to start off with. You know, if you're currently really overweight, right, and you're quite sedentary, right, don't worry about exercise. Let's nail some basics first. Let's get your everyday movement up and about. Let's get your mobility better. Let's get you moving about. And you might be like, I've got no mobility issues. Well, if you're only doing 2,000 to 3,000 steps a day and you're overweight, you could have your body's not going to be working as it should be when you go for a decent walk. So first of all, let's nail those steps in. Once you nail the basics and you're doing your steps and stuff like that, then if you want to introduce some exercise, go for it, right? Likewise, while you're doing some steps, you know, if you're quite unhealthy, quite unfit, quite overweight, there's a very good chance just going for a 15-minute walk will be a good, will be exercise. I've lost some weight, nearly a stone. I don't walk a lot. Thinking of getting a walking pad. Walk more. Do that. Nail the basics. Once you're doing 8,000 steps a day on average, which is about just over an hour's worth of walking. So I don't mean going for an hour walk. I'm talking about an hour's worth of walking. Every time you put one foot in front of the other, it contributes towards your step count. So if you do 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 5 minutes here, every time you walk to the toilet for a wee, every time you walk into the kitchen to put the kettle on, every time you do a lap of the office, every time you walk to the corner shop to grab a can of pop or whatever you're doing, when you walk the kids to school and back, when you walk around the house picking up all the clothes that the kids have left, that all counts. Those are all steps. And if you can combine an hour and 10, hour and 15, an hour and 10 minutes together, that'll do your 8,000 steps. When you're at 8,000 steps, if you then want to take it to the next level, look, I want people to get to 10,000 steps. That's just a really good generic marker. But if you can get to 8,000 steps a day, right? And then, that's the most steps you want to do. And you want to increase your movement or your fitness or something like that, then start doing some exercise. 29,000 steps a day for me. How can I force myself to do 1,000 more? Don't. 29,000 is more than enough. So 10,000 steps is about an hour and a half of walking, depending on what pace you walk at. But on average, it's about an hour and a half of walking. So if you do 30,000 steps a day, you've done 4.5 hours of walking, right? Now, a lot of people, I coach a couple of posties. Right, I coach a couple of posties, and they both are knocking on between 25 and 30,000 steps. James, who I coach, he works at Tesco, and he does, like, on a work day, 20-odd thousand steps. So it's a lot of moving about. But if your job's moving about, your job's moving about. Now, if your job isn't moving about, you have a sedentary day job, and you've got the time to do 4.5 hours of walking a day. That's amazing, right? Well done. 9,000 steps today, that's enough. Yeah, more than enough. That'll do nicely. Thank you, Neil. I'm in a size 14 now. I couldn't have done it. You're doing so well. Watching you made me up my steps. Brilliant. Let me scan down, see what's going on. I begrudge counting veg. I know counting veg. Some people ask me about this. I do count my veg. I always say, I did a video last week saying about, counting really low calorie foods. And then someone did comment on that video saying, I don't count fruit and veg because I don't want to be, did they say to me, like, I think basically what they were saying is every single food I count, I have it's kind of like I'm being really conscious of it, and I don't want to be conscious of fruit and veg. And it shouldn't be like that. It genuinely shouldn't. If you're counting, honestly, fruits and veg, when you're counting your calories, it's not to demonize food. It's not to be going, oh, God, I'm eating this, it's 500 calories. It's not. It's just to be in control. It's just like monitoring your bank account. You might monitor your bank account, and you've got your regulars going out, and your gas, your utility bills, your mortgage. But then you've also got your McDonald's and your, couple of beers at the pub, maybe a top from Topshop or something like that. Topshop's still going. So it's just you've just got to keep in control of your calories. But veg has calories in, and it doesn't matter where. If you eat 1,000 calories of broccoli or 1,000 calories of chicken nuggets from McDonald's, it's 1,000 calories. Now, don't get me wrong. 1,000 calories of chicken nuggets. In terms of fat loss, weight loss, calorie is a calorie. They're all the same, right? They are all the same. Don't get me wrong. Some people will go into it and go, well, no, because you'll find that calories from protein has a higher thermic effect than calories from fat, and that will mean you burn it. Yes, all right, technically, but we don't need to be that pedantic about it. Calories in, calories out. You eat 1,000 calories, right? It's 1,000 calories going in. That's how you should always look at it. But when it comes to health and nutrition, all calories are different. Obviously, 1,000 calories of broccoli is going to give you a decent amount of protein. 1,000 calories of broccoli is about 3 kilos. be about 3 kilograms of broccoli. And if you eat 3 kilograms of broccoli, you're going to get a pretty decent amount of protein, a pretty decent amount of fiber in there, a lot of fiber in there, a lot of volume, because it's 3 kilos. You're going to get a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals, and you're not really going to have anything that's massively detrimental to your health. Now, if you ate nothing but broccoli, that would be detrimental to your health, because then you're also missing out on a lot of vitamins, minerals that you get from meat, that you get from fish, that you get from eggs, that you get from other protein sources, that you get, or other sort of carbs. I mean, vitamins, minerals, not protein sources, but from other things. Right. Likewise, if you ate 1,000 calories of chicken nuggets, you ain't having 1,000 calories of chicken nuggets would be about 30 chicken nuggets. Well, that ain't weighing 3 kilograms. You're having a lot less volume. You're having a lot more saturated fat. You're obviously having a lot more bits and pieces and stuff like that. So in terms of health, nutrition, what we get out of food, all calories are different. In terms of fat loss, a calorie is a calorie. Yeah. So, you know, whether you eat, if you eat 440 calories of fruit or 440 calorie double cheeseburger, in terms of fat loss, weight loss, 440 calories. And that's why we count calories. We don't count calories for our health. We count calories to stay in control so we can hit our calorie goal, whether that's weight loss, weight maintenance, maybe gaining weight. I suppose in a way you're counting calories for your health, because if you're in a calorie deficit and you're consistently losing fat by counting calories and sticking to your deficit, that is going to improve your health. But do you know what I mean? But yeah, so if you have 400, you know, if someone, and I've had it loads in the past with clients where they're eating really, really healthy, but they're eating too much food. I remember having a lady come to me and she was like tearing her hair out. She'd made some amazing changes. And she come in one, and she was on like a third PT session with me, and she was like, I can't get the scales to move. And at this point in time, I wasn't really giving my clients calorie breakdowns or anything like that. I was just getting it. She was like one of my first clients. And I didn't, and you know, and I said to her, well, what are you eating? It's like, well, I have my porridge in the morning, and then, you know, I'll have some poached eggs on toast for dinner, and then for my tea, I'll have a bit of chicken, a bit. So I was like, that sounds great. That sounds really, really good. Anyway, I weighed her, and then 2 weeks later, we said, come on, let's get on the scales again. Nothing. Nothing. I was like, someone's not having a bit. So I said to her, I said, can you take a picture every time you eat a meal this week, before you come in and have your next session next week? Take a picture of I don't care, whatever goes in your drink. No, I'm not bothered about your teas and your coffees. Yes, they all add up, but I'm talking food. So whatever you eat, you tell me you only eat 3 square meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, take. And she was taking a picture of them. They looked amazing. But literally a bowl of porridge in the morning I would struggle to have finished it. Right? It was a huge bowl of porridge. It had a big blob of peanut butter on there. It had some like crushed up walnuts or pecans, loads of fruit. Nice drizzle, healthy as they come. But I was like, that bowl of porridge is over 1,000 calories. Right? And then she showed me a lot. She's like, yeah, she had poached eggs. So she had 4 slices of like wholemeal seeded granary bread, egg on each one. And I'm like, healthy as they come, but that's 600-700 calories. And then a tea at night time would be, say, a chicken salad. And it would be a great big pile of salad, great big blob of coleslaw, nice, crusty, you know, wholemeal cob on the side, loads of chicken. Again, a super healthy plate of food, really, you know, fibrous carbs, lots of veggies, lean protein. Obviously, big blob of coleslaw's got quite a lot of fat in it with mayonnaise and you know, big cob of bread. Again, healthy for her. And I was literally like, I said, I've not seen a day yet where you're eating less than 2,500 calories. And, you know, combine that then with a couple of glasses of wine at the weekend, and then, you know, you said you're not as healthy at the weekend. She went, no, that's when, you know, the crisps do come out a little bit. And that was it. So overall, her diet was amazing in terms of health. She was just consuming way too many calories. Why calorie allowance is lower on the counting apps than the online calculators? I get asked this question all the time. It's an online calorie calculator, and generally, like MyFitnessPal, it asks you how much weight you want to lose. I think NutriCheck does as well. I've never actually worked out calories on NutriCheck. I've only ever used MyFitnessPal. Does it have a calorie counter on NutriCheck on the online one? Let me go to settings, set nutrient goal, set my own goal. Where's the calorie calculator? Well balanced goal. Manage food, choose easier days, change diary. I can't actually remember where the calorie calculator is. Anyway, generally, most calorie counting apps ask you, like MyFitnessPal says, how many calories do you want to burn? And you always select 2. So it just puts you in a stricter deficit. That's it. Generally, most online calorie calculators never give you that option. So yeah, that's generally the reason. Most of the if you're using something like tdecalculator.net, I use MyFitnessPal, but the free one. Yeah, that's and yeah. So if you go on there and they're literally like, and you're literally asking them how many calories should I be eating. Sorry, I'm just moving my desk down a bit because I feel like my camera's dead eye. And you're putting in £2, it's gonna put you in a bigger deficit. That's it. And then if you use tdecalculator.net, but I'll be honest with you, Sally, they're all pretty rubbish at calculating calories. They're not very good. They're just a generic thing that you punch a number in. They should be a million miles away, but they all have different, like, what TD calculator judges lightly active. MyFitnessPal might say that's sedentary. They're all a bit all over the place because they're free. They're absolutely free of charge. If you want an accurate calorie breakdown, anyone sign up to my online community. It's £5 for your first month using code WELCOME. The link's in my TikTok profile. It's on my Facebook page. It's on my YouTube channel. Click my link tree. You want the link? It'll say like linktree.reallostboss. Click the community, sign up, and then you might be like, well, what's the difference between you working out my calories and an online calorie calculator? Because why would I pay you £5 when I can get it for free online? Because I'm accurate. You're dealing with me. You're not dealing with a generic computer program, right? I've calculated calories for thousands of people. If someone could come now and say, I'm this age, this much, I'm this age, I weigh this much, I'm this height, I'm female, I do this many steps, and in my head, I'll go 1,900 calories. 2,000 calories. I'll then punch all that data into my online calorie calculator, which I've written myself and I've tweaked it, and I tweak it all the time. I wrote it 4 years ago, my online calorie calculator, because I'm a geek on Excel. Wrote all the formulas in it myself, using the generic Harris Benedict formula for metabolism, because that's about the most functional. But then I literally have it split up where if you do 1,000 steps, I put it in 2, 3, 4, 5. If you do one fit training set, one bit of exercise, no exercise, 2, 3, I break it all down. If people come to me and say, I go to the gym 4 times a week, but I do yoga, I can adjust it. Whereas if you go to the gym and do body pump 4 times a week, it's a totally different training session. You're going to burn more calories doing body pump than yoga. Both fantastic, right? So you're just going to get a much, because you're getting me, right? You're paying someone. It's like saying, well, why would I pay Gordon Ramsay to cook my tea when I can just Google how he watch YouTube on how he makes his steak and chips? Because you can watch a million videos of Gordon Ramsay telling you how to make steak and chips, right? But you ain't Gordon Ramsay, right? And that's it. Like, he'll always be able to make it better. So, saying that, I challenge, I cook a mean steak. Everyone cooks the best steak. Everyone cooks the best. My steak's better than your steak. Like, my dad's older than your dad. My steak's better than your steak. But anyway, that's the reason. So, if you are just going to use a free online calorie calculator, it's a rough ballpark figure. Don't think that's your number. You need to work from that number. So basically, work out your calories using an online calorie calculator, right? Eat those calories, weigh yourself. Eat those calories for 2 weeks, weigh yourself. That is your start. 2 weeks after you've eaten those calories, that's your start weight. So that'll get rid of any whoosh effect you might have. 4 weeks later, weigh yourself. What have the scales done, right? If you've lost, 9 or 10 pounds, you need to eat a bit more. Otherwise, because your allowance is restricted, you might be buzzing that you've lost 9 or 10 pounds, but it's too restrictive. If your weight hasn't moved and you've been accurate, you've got to be consistent with this. You've got to have done it. You can't be like, well, I tracked Monday, Tuesday, I didn't track Wednesday, I tracked Thursday, Friday, and then I don't track the weekends. And then week 2, I tracked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Didn't track at the weekends. Week 3 was better. I was a bit dodgy on Monday, but I tracked Tuesday, Wednesday. That's totally inaccurate, right? So that's just pointless. Forget it, right? You're going to track 7 days a week, as accurate as you can be. Yeah, so if you lose loads, you need to eat a bit more so you're not overly restricted. If you lose a smidge amount, you might need to eat a little bit less. If your weight stays the same and you've been accurate, then you need to eat a bit less again. Right? And then you need to do it for another 4 weeks. What's your weight doing now? Has it slowed down a little bit if you lost loads and you think, yeah, right, okay, so you're getting more. I would say if you're going to use an online calorie calculator, it's going to take you 3 months to actually get to what your calorie allowance to get it as accurate as you can be. If you can't be bothered doing that, then you cut out the 3 months, then sign up to my community, £5. And when I give you the calories, they'll be spot on. It's then your job to stick to them. All right. I've lost 12 pounds in 6 weeks. Is that okay? Louisa, that's really, really good. Tell me, Louisa, the first 2 weeks, did you lose 4 or 5 pounds, maybe up to 6 pounds, and then the last 5 weeks you've lost 6, or have you lost 2 pounds a week on average? Like, has it been quite an even 2 pounds a week? Let me know, and then I'll tell you how good it is. How do you weigh out meals that are already mixed with veggie sauce? For example, a bolognese. You just put everything that's in. How do you track a spaghetti bolognese? Right? So if you go on to, I don't want to do it now because it's not fair on you lovely people on YouTube and Facebook because you're just going to look at my camera. Right? Well, actually, you can listen to me. All right. If you're currently watching YouTube or Facebook and you want me to show you how to track a spaghetti bolognese, flip onto TikTok now. I'll only be 5 minutes. You can still hear me, right? You're just going to be basically, right? Because my phone is now going to be pointing at my computer and we're going to track a spaghetti bolognese. How do you track a spaghetti bolognese, right? So if you're on NutriCheck, like I am here, I did this the other day and I cocked it up a little bit actually, so hopefully. Right, so you go into My Meals, right? You go into create a new meal. Yeah, you call it spag bowl. How many portions are you cooking in your pan? Are you cooking 1, 2, 3, 4? Let's do 4. Meal occasion. This is going to be for our tea. Right. And here we go. Yeah. This is, do you know what? I hate it. Let me go to the app. Right. Because the desktop's more complicated. Let me go to the app. Let me see if it'll load up. Is it going to load up? Here it is. Right. We're on the app. It's just easier doing it on the app than it is in there. Right. Meals. This is the app. This is how it looks on your phone. We're going to create a meal. We're doing spag bowl. We're doing 4 servings. I did this the other day and it didn't work, and I don't know why. It like divided it thingy. No one actually told me why. No one had seen why I cocked it up. But anyway, we'll try not to cock it up now. I'm going to make it to dinner. Right. It'll suggest ingredients for it. You don't need to do that. Just cancel that. Right. I can't get that in the middle. Right. And then all you need to do, everything that goes in the pan just goes into this ingredients pot. So you mince. Right, how much mince is going into your pan? 5% fat mince. I'm having 500 grams. There you go. And then add to meal. Was that added it to meal? Yeah, come on. And then add to meal. There you go. So we've got 620 calories for 500 grams of 5% mince. But then it does the job for you here because it's dividing it by 4. So that's 155 calories. You're going to do, I'm just going to do it very, very quickly and then we can get back on because I feel like I'm leaving out. White spaghetti dried, right? We're going to have 75 grams per portion, so we need 4 of those. Yeah, 75 grams of dried spaghetti, add that to meal. So 300 grams of dry spaghetti is 1,028, but it'll divide it there for you. So we're at 412 calories. And then we'll just put the basics in. Tin chopped tomatoes. There you go. Tin chopped tomatoes. 1 full tin, and we'll have 2 of them. Yeah, 152 calories. Add to meal, and we'll put some veggies in. We'll just put onion in, right? I know you're putting loads more than this in. You'll be putting herbs and spices and all this. I'm just doing it quickly to show you an example. So everything that goes in your pan just goes in there, and then NutriCheck does the work for you. And if your spag bowl was literally 500 grams of mince, 300 grams of dry spaghetti, 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, 1 large onion, and you were splitting that between 4 people, it'd be 471 calories a portion, 38 grams of protein, 5 grams of fibre. Yeah. So just use that. Just use the meal feature. Now, an issue might come where you're like, well, how do I know what's in that pan? Well, you're going to have to start taking a bit of responsibility. Like, sometimes, started saying this a little bit more, and I said this on my weekly weight loss vlog today. Sometimes I've got to be a little bit, what's the word? Got to be a little bit, not harsh, but, you know, if you're on a weight loss journey and you're serious about losing weight, then, and you're like, well, my partner does all the cooking. Well, you need to get involved in it. Or you need to tell your partner, I need to know what's going in that pan. Right? And then you can track it. Yeah, so that's how you do it. And Neil's give me the right calories, lost 60 pounds and kept it off. You're doing good, Stefan. I've just signed up and the link to the WhatsApp group isn't working. Tara, that might be because if you've been, I think you've been in the community before. Let me have a look. Yeah, guys, if you've signed up to my community before and then you've come back on, so obviously if you cancel your subscription, I'll remove you from the WhatsApp group. If you've been removed from the WhatsApp group, the link won't add you back in. I have to add you back in. So if you have been on Blab before, just have a bit of faith. I will add you back in. All right. You can add yourself back to the Facebook group and then I'll approve it. Yeah, if you've been in the community before, I will, and I've took you out of there because you've cancelled your subscription. I will need to add you back in, so I'll add you back in, Tara. Don't worry about that. I've seen that you signed up, and I've rebooked you. I've booked you in onto me spreadsheet. So yeah, leave it with me, and I'll add you back in. It might be tomorrow. If tonight, please don't. I haven't forgotten, or just drop me a what. You should have. Hopefully, you've still got my WhatsApp, Tara. So if you've still got my WhatsApp, just drop me a message and say, "Hey, add me back to the Facebook WhatsApp group, please," and I shall do it for you. I did think that maybe right. Yeah. So I'll just have to add you back in. You're all good. Right. Let me scan down, see what I've missed. If I missed anything. Is that a Donny accent? Donny, is that Doncaster? No, don't. No offence to you. You're wrong. I'm second generation Lancastrian. All my grandparents were all Yorkshire, but no, not a Donny accent. Blackpudlian. I don't know what accent I've got. I don't know what accent I've got because obviously you hear your own voice, don't you? I was born in Blackpool. Where I live about 10 miles from Blackpool, 10 miles from Preston. I live right in the middle, and I've lived in this, like where I live now. I've lived in this village all my life. I've never left it. I mean, I told you I'm a hermit. But I don't know what accent, because I've got friends that are from Preston, and I have not got a Preston accent. A lot of people say I sound like Paddy McGuinness. That's Bolton. That's way off from. But I think people around my end, we have a bit of a mix. We have a bit of Preston, bit of Bolton, bit of everything. I don't know if Blackpool has an accent. So I don't know what accent I am. I did think that may be why. Oh right. Oh, that's Tara for not getting in. How much is subscription, please? What for my community? It's £5 for your first month using code welcome, and then £9.99 after that. That's just for access to my community. If you want one-to-one coaching from me, it's £29.99 sign up and £29.99 month. So £30 sign up, £30 a month for 3 months. That's for one-to-one coaching. The community is included with my one-to-one coaching. Oh, it's new. Can you get it when you go onto community group? No, you have to. So if you join my community, NutriCheck isn't free. If you sign up for 13, I've got a code for NutriCheck. I'm not allowed to give it out on social media, but I'm allowed to give it out into my community. I have no idea why, because anyone in my community can just hand the code on to anyone. But if you use my code, NutriCheck is $25.99 for 13 months. So it's basically £2 a month. And it's worth every single penny. All right, it's worth every single penny. It's a great app. It really, really is. Is it okay to weigh cooked pasta if there's an option on NutriCheck? Yeah, you can weigh. Look, you can weigh your food whichever way you want to weigh it. All right. So 100 grams of dry pasta is 350 calories. 100, if you cook pasta correctly, 100 grams of dry pasta will equal 180 grams of cooked pasta, which would be 350 calories. The issue with weighing cooked pasta is if you take 100 grams of dry pasta and put it in a pan of boiling water, if you cook it for 7 or 8 minutes, it will weigh 180 grams. If you're a heathen with pasta and you forget about it and you cook it for 15, 20 minutes, 100 grams of dry pasta could weigh 250, right? So cooked pasta will always weigh different because depending on how much water it soaks up, will now, don't get me wrong, if you're cooking for one person and you weigh 70, we don't need to weigh it when it's cooked here because you're weighing it before it goes in. If you're like batch cooking and you're just whacking in loads of pasta in, and then it's never going to be as accurate as weighing it raw because how long are you cooking it for? Sometimes you'll cook it for 7 minutes. Sometimes you'll cook it. 100 grams of dry pasta will always be 100 grams of dry pasta. It doesn't matter if you cook it for 5 minutes or you cook it for 25 minutes, right? So even if you want to, even if you want to dish it up and weigh it a bit, I would always know what the dry amount is that's gone in the pan. Yeah, I wouldn't just be like, and then weigh it and then 100 grams of cooked pasta. Because 100 grams of cooked pasta could be, like I say, it could be 40 grams of dry pasta. It could be 60 grams. It just depends on how long you've cooked it for. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you weigh everything after you've cooked it and you're consistently losing weight, so that's making you accurate enough to stick to your calorie allowance, absolutely fine. But for me personally, the only time I ever weigh cooked food is if it's pre-cooked, so like ham or a coleslaw or pasta salad or bread, I suppose, is cooked food. It's been baked and oven. But if I'm cooking from scratch, which I try and do most of the time, yeah, the only thing I ever do with cooked food is plate it up and eat it. Someone asked me the other day, actually, they were like, because I've started doing quite a few of my plate up my weight loss tea with me, plate up my weight loss lunch with me. And quite a few people, someone asked the other day, do you not weigh your food when you say, yeah, I weigh it before I cook it. So I know what it, today I had 3 chicken skewers from Iceland, so they're easy. Scan the barcode, bang, straight in my NutriCheck. I had a side salad, which I just guesstimated. I just whacked it on the plate. I guesstimated it at 50 calories. It could have been 45 calories, could have been 55. Salad's much of a muchness. And then I did 600 grams of air fried chips. Right? 350 grams for me, 250 for Rachel. I've weighed them out. Right? I know on that tray, and then literally what I do is, like, I'll put what I think's half on my plate, and then the other half on Rachel's plate, and then I'll take a few off Rachel's and stick them on my plate. I might have ended up with 370 grams of chips, and Rachel might have ended up with 230. Rachel might have had 260, I might have had 340. I guarantee now it won't have been a million miles away. Right? You don't need to be that pedantic with it, right? You can see by eye what half is, and then if I'm having a slightly bigger portion than Rach, especially with spuds, because spuds are low calorie, we tend to cook 4 portions of pasta, but hubby has portions than me, so I weigh pasta and save 2 portions for batch cooking. Yeah, okay, so what do you do? What do you do if your partner has a bigger portion of pasta? So same as what I've just said there. So when let's say I'm doing spag bol and I'm doing cooking spaghetti, right? I'll have 100 grams dried. Rachel will have 70. I cook 170 grams dried, right? And then I do what I do with my chips. I divide it in half and then give me a bit more than Rachel because you don't need to be that pedantic with it. You honestly don't. And the more you do it, the more you'll guesstimate it's fine, right? The better you'll be. Now, I always say, limit guesstimating an entire meal once a week is what you should be doing. But literally, if you're cooking 170 grams of pasta, and that is 170 grams of pasta is about 550 calories, 550 calories, right? If you divide it up and you track your portion of pasta as 250 and you end up having 270, 280, or you end up having, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to make a massive difference. It honestly isn't. But like I say, if you want to wait cooked, you wait cooked. That's absolutely fine. There is not, and a lot of packets for things like pasta will say on the packet cooked weight. But again, it will. You know, you might be like, well, what you're saying there is, Neil, to guesstimate, you're being inaccurate by 20, 30 calories. Well, if you're weighing cooked pasta, you're being inaccurate than probably a bit more than that. Because, like I say, depending on how long you cook it for, will determine actually how much dry pasta you are having, right? Because there's no set thing, you know. Now, if you read a packet of pasta and it says cook for 7 to 8 minutes, and 100 grams cooked is X amount of calories, right? And you've cooked it to the instructions, then you're not going to be a million miles away. You're not going to be a million miles away. Does that kind of make sense? Does running affect weight loss? If you're new to running, will it store weight loss? Nothing stores weight loss. If you're in a calorie, you know, if I've started going to the gym, no, nothing stops weight loss. All right. There are certain things that can counterbalance the scales in terms of, you know, gain a bit of water retention or counterbalance your loss of body fat that week. But if you're new to running, you're new to running, burns more calories. If you were eating 2,000 calories a day and you weren't running and start running twice a week and you're still eating 2,000 calories a day, it will aid your weight loss because you'll be in a slightly bigger calorie deficit and you'll lose more weight. Yeah, it doesn't. Nothing stops weight loss. Yeah. I've got this pure anxiety to join the gym. I'm so excited to join, but scared to do anything there. I know, Kira, and you've come on a few times and asked about it. So, like I said, you've just got to. Sometimes it is, you know, find a gym that you feel comfortable with. Find out when the times are quiet. And honestly, sometimes it's just like your first day at school. Just walk through the door. And if your anxiety is really bad, do something else. Right? Do something else and work on your anxiety while doing something else. When your anxiety improves, then maybe that's the time to then go and join the gym, you know. What do you think of alcohol on a deficit? Absolutely fine. In like anything, in moderate. If you're drinking alcohol and you can stick to your calorie deficit day in, day out, week in, week out, whatever your target is, fine. Alcohol just contains calories like anything else, right? A lot of people will say, oh, if you're drinking alcohol, it will stop you burning fat, losing fat. Absolute nonsense, right? Don't get me wrong. Alcohol's a pure poison in the body. There's a lot of fat through the liver. The liver gets rid of any toxins out of the body. Alcohol is a toxin. So a lot of people say, well, while the liver is getting rid of alcohol as a toxin, it's not metabolizing or oxidizing fat. It's not going to get rid of any fat. It doesn't quite work like that. Yes. While the liver is your fat burning going to be as efficient if you have alcohol in your system as if you didn't? No. But as long as you're in a calorie deficit, you will lose body fat, right? You will lose body fat. So, yeah, you can drink that. Look, if you're going to go out and drink 2,000 calories every Saturday and then hang out your arse on a Sunday and just eat Mackey's breakfast and KFC and pizza, are you going to be consistently sticking to your calorie deficit? Probably not, right? So that's just overconsumption of calories. But, you know, last week I was 1,340 calories under my ideal deficit. So I was in a 6,500 calorie deficit last week. So I could have gone to the pub Saturday afternoon, some 4 or 5 pints of Madri and still be well within my calories and still have a good weight loss this week. Yeah. So I'm not condoning drinking alcohol. I'm not trying to, I always drink responsibly with kids, but I'm not going to sit here and say don't do it because I drink alcohol. Right? I love a beer. And all the way through, the first year of my weight loss journey, I used to go to the pub 4 nights a week, right? And I used to get smashed all weekend. When I started my weight loss journey, I used to go to the pub once a week on a Friday, 4 pints of Coors Light. Again, being a bit uneducated, I was like, it's light. And it is fairly low calorie, but I was like, oh, it's light beer. I'll just... But I used to go every Friday pretty much. I go in at 8 p.m., drink 4 pints of Coors Light, leave at about 10:15 and get the last bus home. I did that every Friday. That was my compromise. Rather than going out and getting smashed and drinking Jaeger bombs and bottles of vodka until 3, 4 in the morning, I went in and had 4 pints, saw my mate, said hello, I'm going home, see you later. And I did that pretty much for the first 12 months of my weight loss journey, and I lost 10 stone. Now, I was 37 stone when I started, so I had a massive calorie burn, but I'm not going to I'll never be hypocritical. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, don't drink alcohol, it's bad for you. And it is bad for you. But you know what I mean? Let me scan down, see what I'm missing. Am I missing anything? Am I missing out? I'm the heathen and tend to overcook my pasta. So there you go, Katie. But again, Katie, if that's the case, but it's not. If you're weighing out cooked pasta to the best of your ability, and for the amount you eat pasta, it's not causing, and you're still consistently losing weight, then you don't need to overthink it. How long have you been a coach? Well, I became a personal trainer 1-to-1 in May 2018. So I'm coming up 7 years from working 1-to-1, and then obviously, I worked 1-to-1. Then COVID hit, started delving into the online market a little bit. COVID disappeared for a little bit, went back to 1-to-1, back into the online bit a bit. And then slowly my online stuff took over from my 1-to-1 stuff, and now I'm just online. And I'm not what I did as a personal trainer compared to what I do as a coach, as a weight loss coach, is two different things. It's kind of the same sort of realms, as it were, but it is two different things. I don't class myself as a personal trainer online. I class myself as a weight loss coach, because personal training is about exercise and teaching people how to deadlift and squat, and I don't really do that. I have some workouts on my websites for my clients to follow, but really, yeah, from the fitness industry being my stream of income, fitness, health, weight loss, because it's always been, even when I was a PT, weight loss was always my mantle. It's always been my main focus. But that's what I found out about personal training, because when I qualified as a PT, I was like, I'm going to change the world and, teach all these overweight people how to lose weight through it. And then I slowly realized, weight loss is nothing to do with exercise. It's to do with it's not about what you do in a gym for an hour once a day. It's about what you do the other 23 hours and how you control sticking food in there, So it is slightly different. And I always got really frustrated as a 1-to-1 PT. Now, if I ever went back to 1-to-1 personal training, I'd be very honest with my clients. Not that I was dishonest with them before, but I didn't understand myself. And I come to say, and I would literally say to him, right, have you come here to lose weight? Have you walked out? Well, you don't lose weight in here. You get healthier in here. Now, if you get fitter and healthier, that is going to really help you control your eating, improve your day-to-day life, improve any emotional eating, take stress out, like all these things that can hold us back on a weight loss journey. But you don't lose weight in here 2 hours a week. You lose weight out there the other 166 hours a week, or however many hours, 168 hours in a week. Right? Now, if you want help out there, this is my plan, and you'll follow that out there, and that is how you lose weight. And when you come and see me twice a week in here, we'll get you fitter and healthier. And they can all merge into each other, Katie on Facebook, I've been following your page for a while. I've lost 25 kilograms since Christmas. Since Christmas? That's nearly 4 stone, Katie. That's like 4 stone, in fact. And what have you been eating? Nothing. I eat what I want and just keep within my deficit. But your page has really helped me. Thank you very much for the kind words. Let's get back to this. Lost 25 kilograms since Christmas through calorie counting. I'm not going to be too personal. And you don't need to say, Katie, obviously. But I assume you either move a hell of a lot or you've got quite a big weight issue to lose 25 kilos in 5 weeks, 6 weeks. That is a lot of weight to lose. Let me scale up. I'm fantastic, Any tips on doing a carb cycle? Don't do a carb cycle. Just eat carbs. Why What do you mean by carb? What, like Monday I'll eat carbs, Tuesday I'll eat carbs, mate. Right, get you fat. They don't stop you losing fat. I've got a lot to lose. Not a problem at all, Katie. Just make sure you're doing it healthily, doing it sustainably. Please don't 1,000 calories a day or anything like that, which you'll know not. Yeah. Maybe Christmas last year. Yeah, Christmas. Are we doing Christmas last year, Katie? Or are we literally doing 5-6 weeks ago? You've lost 25 kilograms. I'm not saying it's not possible. You know, I weighed myself at the start of my weight loss journey, right? I never weighed myself till 10 months in, right? That was the next time I weighed myself. I reckon, because I went at it like a bull at a china shop. I'll hold my hands up. I restricted for the first 2-3 months of my weight loss journey. It settled down for the first 2-3 months. Never held me back. No, she's 6 weeks. And I'm just going to confirm this. That is 25 kilograms, not 25 pounds. Right? That's 4 stone, 56 pounds in weight. Right? That is amazing. That's a lot of weight to lose. Katie, how many calories are you on a day? How many calories are you on a day? But anyway, I reckon if I'd weighed my first 6 weeks of my weight loss journey, I reckon I was probably 30 pounds or something. Yeah, 4 stone. Wow. Just make sure you're not over restricting yourself, Katie. It don't matter how, 900, right. Okay. So let's stop doing that, Katie. All right. I don't care what you've got to lose. Let's stop starving ourselves for weight loss. I know you might be like it because of the results. But basically, Katie, let me work it out for you. Right? Let me work it out for you. So you've been going about 6 weeks. All right. And you've been eating 900 a day. So 6 times 7 is 42 times 900. Right? So 900 times 42. Right. I'm going to tell you what deficit. Well, 4 stone is a 200,000 calorie deficit. Right? To lose 4 stone, you need to eat 196,000 calories less than you burn. Right? So Katie eaten 37,800 calories since Christmas. So we need to add 196,000 to that. So Katie burns 2,000, and then let's divide that by 6, right? So Katie, according to the maths of this, now you will have had quite a big whoosh effect. My calculator is telling me you burn 5,500 calories a day, which is probably what I was doing at 37 stone. If you're burning 5,500 calories a day and eating 900 a day, that means you're in a 4,500 calorie deficit. Now, if you're quite severely overweight, you are going to have the body fat in your system to make up that deficit. But eating 900, now don't get me wrong, people do this when they have bariatric surgery and stuff like that. They're 600 calorie a day diets and stuff like that to start off with. If you watch My 600 Pound Life, Dr. Nazardin puts people on 1,200 calorie a day diets. And literally says to him, you stick to this diet, you'll lose 56 pounds in a month. That's what he's doing. I'm not saying Katie's 600 pounds. I have no idea. But what 900 calories a day will do is malnourishment, tiredness, and you will crash and burn. You can't keep going at that rate. My 600 Pound Life, when people go on 1,200 calories a day, they'll do it for 2 or 3 months. And before the over restriction kicks in and kicks their arse, basically, doctor now gives them the weight loss surgery, right? And they have no choice but to eat that amount. But anyone that's had bariatric surgery will know after your bariatric surgery, you get complete shakes, you get vitamins, minerals, you get all the things to make sure you're not. So, Katie, if you're going to stick up with this 900 calories a day, you need to get a complete shake. You need to be on multivits. You need to be on a lot of supplements because you will not be giving the body what it needs at 900 calories a day. And just really watch out. I know you might be like, I'm buzzing, I've lost 4 stone, and I'm not trying to piss on your chips, but I want you to lose weight, Katie, and I want you to leave it, and I want you to keep it off for life, right? I want you to lose 4 stone, be buzzing in 6 weeks after Christmas, but this time next Christmas, you're going to be in a worse state than you were Christmas just gone, right? That's my advice. That is just my advice. price. Yeah, 4 stone in a year. You did, Don, and that's amazing. For your start weight, Don, that's perfect. Yeah, you did really, really good. You know, so it's just that's just my thing. You know, I just don't want to crash and burn. I understand I'm a multivits, but we increase a little bit. You know, like I've just said there, Kate, I've just worked out for you. You're in a 4,500 calorie deficit. You could eat 2,000 calories a day, right, and still be losing a stone a month with your current. You know, if you ate 2,000 calories a day, you're still going to be in a 3,500 calorie a day deficit, right? That is a pound a day. That's a pound a day still, right? So obviously you've got a really high calorie burn due to your current weight issue. But if you ate 2,000 calories a day, which is much more sustainable and much healthier, you get a lot more food, especially if you get your fruits and your veggies in and stuff like that. Like I say, you're still going to lose 2 stone in a month, right? You're still going to lose a lot in a month, but it will just be a little bit more, you know, a lot healthier and a lot more sustainable, because 900 calories a day, you will hit a brick wall. You will, and we don't. I don't want you to. I want you to keep losing consistently. So just be aware of it. Right. Let me scan down. See what's going on. Not a lot. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. I am going because I've just got a little bit to do, and I need to go. I've had a shower. I need to go and have a shower. I didn't have time today. Time's just disappeared today. Absolutely disappeared. So I've got a little bit to do. So I am shooting off fairly quickly tonight. 2 minutes, 3-minute warning, and then I'm out of here. So tomorrow, guys, I'm on at 8:30 in the morning, just on TikTok. No YouTube, Facebook tomorrow. We're just going to be on TikTok tomorrow morning. 8:30. 8:30. If you're on Planner in my community, I'll see you at 5 p.m. for tomorrow's weight loss coaching live. There's no TikTok on Wednesday this week, just our Zoom session in the morning. You guys, Facebook, YouTube, I'm back at 9:30 a.m. So 9:30 a.m. Thursday. Weight loss coaching live at 11 on Thursday. That's just for community. Come join the community. It's just £5. Just £5. Come join the community. First code. Welcome. Use code welcome. £5 for your first month. It's 10 after that if you decide to stay in. So lots of lives this week. Lots of lives. Guys, it's been a pleasure as always. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, whatever you are doing. You lovely people on TikTok. I will see you tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. if you are free. And then you guys over here on the old Facebook, YouTube. If you do follow me on TikTok, I'll see you in the morning. I know some of you do follow me on TikTok, but you're like, at night time, you can put it on your iPad easier or on your TV if you're on YouTube or something like that. I'll be next on Facebook, YouTube, 9:30 a.m. Thursday, 8 p.m. Thursday night, and I also do Fridays now. Fridays I stream to YouTube and Facebook at 11 a.m. So if you guys only follow me on Facebook or YouTube and you want to see a live, I will see you Thursday morning. If you're on YouTube or if you're on TikTok or you're in my community, I'll hopefully see you tomorrow or Wednesday.